My name is Allie Ray. I'm 28 years old. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm a recovering alcoholic. Currently, I am, on this day, 150 days consecutive sober. I started my recovery journey in August 2018 and stayed sober for a little over 5 months and then relapsed for 10 days. I kind of look at the relapse as a good thing because I got myself back to detox, the hospital, and back into treatment only in 10 days, which is significant because previously I would have let myself get a lot more sick before I realized, hey, I wanted to get help. I don't want to live this way. And also those 2 months that I spent at a different treatment were exactly what I've needed. So in the last year or so, I've spent about 6 months inside of a treatment facility, and I definitely needed that because I was an alcoholic since I was 13. So I have spent 14 years of my life drinking. Very significant parts of my life were about my brain development and my sense of self, my whole personality. I thought that most of my personality was alcoholism. So I'm starting this recovery vlog for other people in recovery and also to help myself stay accountable, because reaching the 150-day mark is really significant, because that's the last time in January that I started to fall off the wagon and be less vocal about my recovery and mainly focused on other things in my life. Like, sobriety wasn't the most important thing at the time. I should be super thrilled that I'm reaching this point in my life. I'm now in a sober apartment. I'm doing improv and comedy. My life is arguably better than it ever has been. So I should be flipping my shit, being super, super happy all the time. And I am. I'm really, really grateful. And also I'm effing terrified, because I've never seen 160 days sober on any app count. I've never gotten my 6-month chip. And this is life and death for me. I know that if I tripped up, if I relapsed, I do trust myself at this point that I would get back on the train. Yet I would really like to get to the point where I had moved beyond the fear that I'm going to relapse. I don't know if that ever happens. So I'm starting this vlog to document at least the next 100 days, which sounds like a major endeavor. It is. Of days that I've never gained sober before. So once again, thanks for tuning in. My name is Allie Ray. You can follow me on Twitter at @KidWhiskers, also on Instagram at @KidWhiskers. Kid Whiskers was my acid name in college. We'll talk about that later. But for now, thanks. And the cliche is really true. It's one day at a time. And every day, every moment really, really matters. This is the hardest thing I've ever done and the most meaningful thing that I've ever done, maybe will ever do. Sobriety, I can say now, is the most important the most important thing in my life. And I have never said that anything relating to my self-care or my health or my spiritual hygiene was ever the most important thing in my life. It's always been work. It's always been more achieving. And for a very sad time, it was alcohol was the most important thing in my life. So I end this vlog saying I've got one more day down, and see you tomorrow.